It's good to have you here tonight. I'm Brendan Clark. I am in Hampton County. Behind me, Varnville, the Hampton County Courthouse. A lot of attention, as you can imagine, in this sleepy little town in the Low Country. All eyes on two people. One of them, pretty prominent South Carolina attorney. We were talking about Alec Murdaugh, as we have been talking about him throughout the afternoon. In court, in front of a judge, after he allegedly set up that suicide attempt and failed to at that insurance claim. Insurance fraud is one of the charges that he's facing. This is weeks and months of speculation that we've been talking about this family and this man, the family's connection to both murders, mysterious deaths over the past 6 years. But now these charges that Murdaugh was specifically facing tonight involved that shooting that took place back on September 4th. You watched that bond hearing of Alec Murdaugh live right here on News 2. A judge right here set the bond at $20,000. His charges were filing a false police report, conspiracy, as well as insurance fraud. This after he's accused of getting another man, Curtis Smith, to shoot him in the head in an assisted suicide that obviously failed. Their plan to get $10 million from his life insurance and leave it to Murdaugh's only living son, Buster. Here's a little of what was said during that hearing today.
Had a tremendous opioid addiction. The death of his wife and son have put him over the edge in terms of that addiction.
Now, Murdaugh's bond hearing was just one of two big bond hearings at the detention center. We were in front of the courthouse, the detention center, about a mile down the road. The first one we were talking about was for the alleged shooter in this suicide attempt. We were talking about Curtis Smith. News 2's Riley Benson was there this morning as Smith faced bond court earlier today. But first, Riley, you do have some new developments from the detention center.
Yeah, Brendan, that's right. Just moments ago, Alec Murdaugh got into a vehicle with his attorneys. They headed out of the detention center, headed down one way of the road, turned around and came back up and left the detention center. That happening just moments ago. We saw Alec Murdaugh come out of the detention center, get into an SUV with his attorneys and leave the detention center. Now, Brendan, like you mentioned, that was the second bond hearing today here at the Hampton County Detention Center. Curtis Smith was also put in front of a judge here at the Hampton County Detention Center earlier this morning. A judge set his bond at $55,000. He's facing 5 charges in relation to the attempted suicide shooting of Alec Murdaugh back on September 4th. Now, today's bond hearing, like we mentioned, was the second one in 2 days for Smith after he faced unrelated drug charges in Colleton County just yesterday. Smith's Hampton County charges include pointing and presenting a firearm. That one set at $5,000. Insurance misrepresentation set at $10,000. Conspiracy set at $5,000. Assisting a person in committing suicide set at $15,000. And assault and battery set at $20,000. Smith was arraigned in Colleton County, like I mentioned yesterday, on unrelated drug charges.
And on the assistant person in committing a suicide, your bond is going to be set at $15,000 cash surety. And on the assault and battery, high aggravated nature, your bond is going to be set at $20,000 cash surety. Your total bond is going to be $55,000.
Now, Brendan, we do know that these two individuals have a prior history before the attempted suicide shooting back on September 4th. Alec Murdaugh and his father, Randolph Murdaugh III, represented Smith on at least 2 occasions. Now, like I said moments ago, Brendan, Alec Murdaugh, we saw him get into an SUV here at the detention center with his attorneys and leave the detention center. That's breaking news happening just in the last few moments.
Riley, thank you. Over the detention center as we are by the courthouse here in Hampton County. And as you probably have guessed, this is going to be the first of many court appearances for Alec Murdaugh. News 2's Forrest Tucker is completing our team coverage right now, continuing it. He spoke to a legal analyst about what the road looks like ahead when it comes to Alec Murdaugh. Forrest?
Brendan, good evening. The one key decision is whether or not Murdaugh will eventually go to trial. I heard from a legal expert who walked me through what's next. After Alec Murdaugh's bond hearing, there is a long way to go before a trial could start. The first step is a preliminary hearing that Murdaugh would need to request in the next 10 days.
And that's a hearing to determine if there was enough evidence to go forward with his case. We would hear testimony from the arresting law enforcement agency who investigated this.
Alex Murdaugh would not have the chance to testify at this hearing, but his attorney could cross-examine law enforcement as well. If there is enough probable cause for the case from the preliminary hearing, then the process moves forward.
And so after the preliminary hearing, there would be something called a first appearance, depending on whether Hampton County is issuing dates on those right now.
The first appearance is when the court will see that Murdaugh has attorneys to represent him. Then, by the second appearance, Murdaugh's camp will make a decision whether to go to trial or accept a plea deal if there is one.
Ultimately, the decision is up to Alec himself whether or not he goes to trial. And the way that I make the decision with my clients is I go over the evidence, all of the evidence once we have it, everything that is provided to us.
All in all, Williams says that the process could take up to 2 years with the pandemic in mind. Long story short, a potential trial could be a long way away. Reporting in studio live, I'm Forrest Tucker. Count on 2.
All right, thank you, Forrest. Now, as far as Murdaugh's professional career, as we know, he is currently under investigation for misappropriating funds from his former law firm. Today, that firm did release a statement to News 2, and in part it read, quote, "Alec Murdaugh is no longer associated with our firm in any manner. Questions related to Alec's arrest should be directed to the appropriate law enforcement agencies."